I'm doing really well right now. I'm back in LA, my happy place, so I'm doing really well. How are you?
Great. I'm doing great as well. It's so good to see you again. And last time I spoke to you, I think you were in LA as well, right?
Yeah, I'm normally here around release times.
Yes, and you have a million releases coming up. Well, you just had one today.
Mhm.
Your music video teaser release for I Want to Be Alone with You came out today. For those who haven't seen it yet, do you just want to give an overall scope of what you teased and then how the whole video will play out?
Yeah, so I teased my I Want to Be Alone with You visual today, and basically that was a really fun video to film because the concept was very like classic teenage indie film, and it was like me and a bunch of friends skipped prom and broke into this motel, which is sounds really realistic, right? But yeah, so that's basically like the whole plot line, but I filmed it with some really cool, really pretty people, so it was really fun. But yeah, and I was super excited to put out this teaser. I think they're fun to tease.
No, they really are. They're great. I always love when artists do that. It's a good way to build hype as well.
It's
And
so much fun. Yeah, I
mhm.
like it too.
And you filmed at the Pink Motel. I have been wanting to go there since I moved to LA.
Love
Tell
it
me
there.
everything.
Highly recommend. It was so fun. I mean, I didn't know it existed, and it was seriously so cool. We were like trying to find a location that would kind of, because the song is like the most bubblegum bright song that I've ever done, and it was already so different that I was like, I want to do a very different video too. So I was looking up locations, and I found a pink motel on Pinterest, and I was like, this would be so cool. And my manager was like, there is one of those here, and so it was like a half hour from my house, and yeah, it was so cool. It was so cool. There were like people like trying to get in and take pictures while we were filming because it's hard to get in, but it was so fun. It was a really great location. I mean, the whole video we shot there. Like we didn't have to go anywhere else, so it was really cool.
That's so nice. It's kind of a one and done
For
situation.
sure. It's a little bit miserable when you do like those 2 days or you have to go a bunch of places, but that was so fun. And it all like it looked really different too. Like there's like an empty pool in the back that we had like some of the kids skate in. So
Oh
it was
my
super
God.
cute. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so fun. And you got to work with Trip Bowers, who I knew from the from modeling industry.
Yes, I did.
I'm
And
thinking the same thing as you, like so
yeah, what a dreamy man, honestly. I found him on TikTok and
okay.
I was like, oh my God, perfect. And yeah, then we DM'd him and really it came together. He was so great too. He was really fun to work with. It was comfortable. He was really fun. He was in the EP cover shoot too, which I already put out there.
Yes.
But yeah, so it was fun. We did a photo shoot the day before and then we did the video shoot the next day. He was just like really fun to interact with. There's this one scene that we're in the back of the motel. We're in like the diner area because they had a diner there too. So we're in the kitchen and he's like playing the guitar but on a broom and we're just like rocking out, and I think it's so cute and it was so fun to film. But yeah, he was really fun to work with and I definitely want to do that again.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I thought it's so cool how sometimes truly just DMing someone that you want to work with, like
Yeah.
they do see it every once in a while. So that's
Mhm.
awesome. I'm glad it came together and came to fruition in
Yeah, he
the way that you wanted it to come together.
when I posted that, like a bunch of my friends commented and they were like, "That's who you used for the video?" And I was like,
That's
"Yes,
pretty
I
cool.
did."
Definitely a good bragging moment, if you will.
For sure, for sure. He was perfect for it. Yeah.
Yes, he is. And the whole EP is Teenage Lullabies. I love that title, by the way. I think that's so cute.
Thank
It's
you.
so like it's so you. Like if anyone were to have that, it'd be you just because like I kind of know your style, your personality. I'm like, this is Chloe. So
Oh, thank you so much. It came from, there's a lyric in It's True, which was like the first single we dropped off of Teenage Lullabies, and it says, "What a teenage lullaby." And I was like,
mhm.
that is so cute. And so, yeah, I thought it was perfect too, because the EP is literally just like a romanticization of the past couple years of my life. Because that's when I really learned, start writing and making things seem more dramatic than they are. So I was like, this is basically what it is. So thank you.
Exactly. No, it really is. And I think a lot of times people forget that songwriting is, I mean, it's a very creative thing, but it also can sometimes feel like a formal thing. Like if
Yeah,
you have to
for
learn all
sure.
these metaphors and similes and all that, like in
Mhm.
English class. So
Yeah.
thank you for bringing that up. I haven't thought of it that way in quite some time. So
Mhm.
that's really awesome. And the EP, it's so funny because I realized this is your debut EP, and I'm like, wait, she's released so much, but like you've released only singles. So I'm like, this
I
is
know. It
her debut
honestly,
EP.
it feels so real now because
Mhm.
I almost didn't feel like a real person before because I was, I didn't have any idea what I was doing. I was just, going to random sessions and writing random songs, and that was cool to start off with. But now I feel like I'm properly introducing myself,
Mhm.
and it's like a really accurate representation. And also I feel good about it. And this is something that like I don't really share that much because I feel bad saying this, but I'm never like excited about releases. I really like by the lead up to it, I'm like, I don't know, it's not me anymore. But this is so me that I started this project in March, and it's so me that it still feels like me. So, and it's like the first thing that I've like made sure it's perfect too. I had a lot of input in it, and yeah, it was really perfect. The people behind it were perfect too. It just like it all came together really well. So I'm really proud of this one.
As you should be, and you have written stuff and then you release it a few years later. I feel like a lot of times that's just the process with singles. So the fact that this is so fresh and you can truly connect to it, and when you listen to it, you're like, that's me now. That's not me
I
3 years
know.
ago.
It feels so cool to be at the same place that I was when I did it then. Like, especially just artistically, like, I feel like when I listen to certain records, I'm like, oh, I would have sang that so differently. I would have said something so different there. But when I listen back to this, I'm like, no, I probably still would have done this now. So that's why I like putting it out, not even a year later. It feels really right.
It does, and I think it will be really fun if you I've always wondered if artists would ever do this, so maybe you can be the first, or maybe someone has done it. If you take a song that you did release, even last year, but that was written like before, and then change the lyrics to make it like
That
today.
would be so cool to like show the evolution. Yeah, I think that would be so cool. I would totally do that.
You
Because
would?
there's
Okay,
so
I'm
many.
gonna hold you accountable.
Yeah, there's actually a couple that I'm like, I love this track, but what I said over it doesn't feel like me anymore. So
Mhm.
yeah, there's definitely, and even songs that I haven't put out. There was one that I did like a year ago that my mom and I were listening to him in the car, and she was like, "Why did we not put this out?" And I was like, "I don't know. Maybe I should think about that." So yeah, there's definitely certain ones that I want to go back to and re-record and just rewrite to what I'm doing now. I feel like I've really found my songwriting process too, and I've like there's certain things I like to reference more often, and I've learned how to dramatize like is that the word? Dramatize? I don't know. Dramatize.
Dramatize.
Dramatize. That's the word.
I like
I
dramatize better.
Yeah, me too. It's prettier. But I've really learned how to do that now because it's important because I love telling stories, but I also love taking things that have happened to me and just making them a lot larger in my head than they really were. So
Mhm.
that's basically what this whole project is. And I think it's so much fun and I just want to keep doing it. So yeah, I would definitely go back to like older songs that I'd written and make it like that.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I will check in with you about that in like 5 years. No
Oh,
rush.
for sure. For sure. Yeah.
And your birthday's coming up. It's crazy because I went to your birthday slash release party for your single,
Yeah.
Call Me I Shouldn't. How
Uh,
was that almost a year ago? That's crazy. I still remember those strawberry donuts.
So good. The donut tower was so good.
Where were those from? They were incredible.
I didn't organize that part, so I will have to ask. I bet my manager did because she basically did that whole thing. I will have to ask her because I was doing my like I was like doing a year recap of 2020 on my stories, and I was like, wow, those donuts were so good. So yeah,
Oh
that
my.
was really fun. I'm really sad that I can't do something like that this year. But it's an important birthday. I'm turning 15. I get my permit, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I would want to be, home for that anyway, but it's strange looking back at what I was doing last year. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But also last year's party was enough for like 10
Oh
parties.
yeah, for
Everything
sure.
you did with the tie-dye shirts. So I think this year you could
I
take.
feel like we held it, yeah, it held us over for sure. It's so strange though, because I'm so excited about this project. I just wish I could have hundreds of people come and listen to it with me. It's so hard, but I mean, virtually, I feel like I've really figured out ways that I like to connect with fans. Because at first, I'm not very good at social media. I like it, but I'm just never been very good at it doing it myself. And when it came to a point where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to utilize social media, I was pretty terrified. So I found out that like I love doing just like little IG live streams. Like I love those. Those are so casual. I did one the other night where I literally like didn't know what I was gonna do. I just came on and I was like just talking. I announced the EP and I just like pulled my keyboard out and people just told me what to sing. And I think that's so fun. So
No,
I've definitely like, I feel like it was a little bit of a blessing for me artistically because I never liked social media really, but now I figured out ways to make myself like it. So that's been
that's
fun.
good. And you figured out ways that to utilize it, because unfortunately we have a very um interesting relationship with social media, and I think originally it was intended for artists to connect with fans and people
Mhm.
to just connect on genuine levels.
Yeah.
The human race kind of took that in a different direction, myself included. I'm not saying that I'm like above anyone, but
No,
it's
me
good that
either.
you're
Yeah.
able to put it kind of bring it back to its roots. I love that, and I hope you do some more virtual shows soon. Do you have
Yeah,
any
it's
lined up?
so fun. I think I actually do have some coming up. I did one with Stream Live the other night. It's all a blur. Like when I get to LA, I get my big long schedule and I barely even read it. But yeah, I definitely have some more virtual performances coming up because the EP comes out on the 27th, on January 27th. So I will be doing one that day.
Yeah, that's in 5 days. That's crazy.
I know. It feels so wrong, but it feels so right. I mean, it feels so real too. It's like I said before, like I actually feel real right now.
Mhm.
And I'm
I
not playing a character either. Like, I mean, it's definitely like romanticized, but I don't feel like I did that at all. I didn't know what I wanted to say. I didn't know like what emotion I wanted to convey. I just like did it. So I'm so excited. I really am.
Oh, yeah, I no, I seriously love it. Everyone, it comes out in 5 days. And I know when you do releases, like you said, you normally like to do a party or something fun. Do you have anything lined up virtually besides just possibly doing a show, anything the day of?
So day of, yeah, I'm gonna be like live streaming, doing virtual performances for sure. I'm doing kind of like a because the premise of I Want to Be Alone with You was like fake prom. Wait, let me rephrase that. So the plot line of I
Okay.
Want to Be Alone with You was skipping prom and breaking into this motel. So we're gonna do kind of like a prom after party theme, but no party, just me. So
Oh, that is so cute.
it's gonna be just like my mom and my photographer and my manager, just like the core team. And yeah, we're gonna all wear prom clothes. So I'm wearing like this pretty pink prom dress with clouds on it. Pretty excited about it. But yeah, so we rented like a big banquet room. So we're gonna put that together. And it's just like 5 of us, but I'm so excited. And yeah, I'll be live streaming that whole day. I think that's gonna be so much fun. I've never had like a big release like this. So it's definitely a little difficult that I can't have a bunch of people, but
Mhm.
yeah, I'm definitely going to take advantage of the live streams because those are the only way, really.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be so cool. You have to post lots of pictures. And
Yes,
sometimes
for
having
sure.
smaller parties, like it's good because you get to talk to everyone for a longer
Yeah,
time.
and
So,
it's some of my favorite people. Like I
mhm.
love just like my core team that I've been creating with for this whole year. It's really come together really well. I feel like quarantine kind of helped us because we can only have a few people around, and I like really know these few people now. Like we've all
Mhm.
gotten so close with each other. It feels a lot more like familiar. So it's been super nice to like have that time with all of them. So I'm excited. I'm kind of excited that the release is just going to be like me and them because I love them. So I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, I'll be there in spirit. If you
Yes, for
see
sure.
glitter in the air, it's me.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure.
Um, I'm so excited for you. It's crazy that it's gonna be in 5 days, because when we first met, it was, did you even have a single out? I
I
think you
think
had
I
maybe
had
one,
maybe 2 out
two
because
out.
yeah, I met you at like
Leela's party
Lila's
in
party. Yeah.
July 2019.
Wow, I remember that. I remember what I was wearing, which is how I like connect them. But yeah, I think I had just put out I think I only had one single out because I had just filmed with Bryce Xavier. And
Yes.
yeah, so I think I only had one out. That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, you've come so far in such little time, and your video with Bryce and Diego and Mikey, that was awesome, and I hope
Oh,
you work with
thanks.
them again soon.
I know, I love all of them. It's so crazy that that's like what I was doing a year. I mean, I look back at it because I do consider this like my formal introduction to the industry because I'm like, here is my actual body of work. It's not random anymore. But I'm
Mhm.
definitely not going to forget about those past couple years because it's been so fun and I feel like I really found myself because of all those projects I did, even though they're not, me right now. I think that they really helped me get here. That's why like sometimes I'm like, oh my god, I regret starting so early and putting myself out there so early because I started when I was 12. But looking back, I'm like, that was really good practice. I've had, so many releases, and I got to really figure myself out because of them. And now I'm like, I know exactly what to do with this one. So yeah.
And you've been great, and you know how to navigate the industry, and I mean, it is hard when you start out young. There's advantages, there's disadvantages. You don't want to be exposed to like the negativity of the entertainment industry too early, but at the same time, you now know you can handle it and handle whether it be rejection or whatever it be. You now know you have the skills to overcome that. So.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that I've, because I've, definitely been around the wrong people. I've been around the right people, been around people that it just didn't work out. And I'm just really glad that I've had all these experiences, because I've never been like in a bad situation or anything like that. But I'm sure I will be one day, because that's just how it is. But yeah, I mean, and I'm very lucky too, because my mom is, basically my manager. So it's like, it's nice having such a trusted figure by your side all the time. So that's really helped too. I feel like the past couple of years have just been like me and her trying to navigate this industry, because it's so messy. But
it's so messy.
That's why I'm glad that it's been like a couple years, and now that my fan base is growing, I feel like I, didn't expose them to too much premature Cloe. Like, I feel like they didn't have to see too much of that, but now we're like here together, and it just feels good.
Yeah, and I think it's a good amount of people who already know who you are. It's almost like this EP is like kind of a gift to them.
For sure.
And then
it's
for
like
everyone else, it's like,
I definitely love that I'm having like this little family to start off with. And, that's because of the past couple years and all the singles I put out. So it's really nice. And I know that I'm going to have those people who do appreciate this project no matter what. And I feel like that's them. So yeah, I'm very I'm definitely starting to look at it as a positive thing that I've been doing this for a couple years, because now I'm like, now that I have something actually that I believe in, I know how to properly put it out there. So yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, and you are so wise beyond your years. I feel like I tell you that every time I see you, but seriously, like,
so much. That's honestly like my favorite compliment, because I feel like I am. So when other people tell me, I'm like, thank you so much.
No, you are. Like, I can validate your feeling. You really are. You've always been so kind and professional, and speaking, like, you're a very good speaker. So you're always great to talk.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, Chloe, thank you again so much. Everyone, if you're watching the day this is recorded, make sure to go watch the teaser. But everyone else, if you want to recap what's coming in the next few days.
Oh yeah, so my debut EP, Teenage Lullabies, drops January 27th. You'll be seeing a lot of me because of that. And I'm Cloe Wilder on all my platforms, CLOE, no H, like the Bratz doll. And yeah, I'm everywhere. I'm really, really proud of this project. I hope everybody loves it. And thank you so much for having me.
Of course. No, and I'm glad we did something on YouTube, because we've done the Instagram live, so this is good to have, like,
very natural for sure. Yeah. It was perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations again, and I'll be counting down to 5 days, and I'll be following along during your virtual release party.
I can't wait for you to hear it. I'm so excited. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so excited too. I'll have it on repeat, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Of course. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.